very deeply honored and humbled to be here and so overwhelmed by the beauty of the center. I've been to Chicago so many times, and I'm sitting here thinking to myself, how is it that I've been to Chicago so many times and have not come to this incredible place? What a beautiful place. I want to say my gratitude to Dr. Munir Chaudhry. People oftentimes in our community, we walk around and we don't understand that there are people who paved ways for us. There are people who sacrificed their time to create these types of legacy institutions, these places that we can be very proud of. I want to thank my friend Bilal for inviting me here today. Sometimes you think you're inviting me for you, but you actually invited me for me, if that makes any sense, because you planned and Allah plans, and I'm very grateful to see the leadership of Sister Esma, and thank you to my dear brother Tariq just for existing in this world right now. And I just want to say, for people like me and Tariq, it's not easy to be Palestinian these days, and we move in this world heartbroken. My heart is shattered every day. I don't even know sometimes if I still have a heart left to shatter for what we are experiencing with our sisters and brothers. So please give our Palestinian sisters and brothers grace, as not only we live through this genocide against our people, but those of us who have to organize through that genocide, who have to organize and defend our people. And inshallah, at some point soon, not only will this genocide end, but all of us will go back and visit a free Palestine, inshallah. When I think about community, and I think about the work of Sabil, I think about the people of Gaza. What better people to learn about community from than these people living under some of the worst duress that any people have ever experienced? I watch the people of Gaza, and I watch these orphan children, and I see these mothers who are not their mothers, who pick them up and console them. I watch the journalists who put their cameras down in the hospital so they could mop blood off the floors. These are people who show up for one another. They are a people of service. I think about the people in the refugee schools in Rafah, who you watch playing with the children and trying to bring some joy to serve the children. This is community, my friends. This is not about which family are you from, whether you're from Gaza City or you're from this refugee camp or that refugee camp. It doesn't matter to the people of Gaza. They show up for one another. In fact, many of the orphans that you see now are double orphaned, because some of them lost their parents in the war before and were being raised by uncles and aunts, and now they've lost those guardians. The people of Gaza are community, my friends. And where did the people of Gaza learn this from? And what an apt place to be here at the Sabil Center. Oftentimes as Muslims in America, we forget our origins and who our best example is. And here you have an entire center dedicated to the life and legacy of our beloved Prophet Muhammad, may peace and blessings be upon him. I think about working here in the United States and the issues that I work on. And oftentimes, we see people in the Muslim community say, oh, mashallah, Sister Linda, she's an activist. As if being an activist separates me from who I am as a Muslim. As if organizing and serving the most harmed people in this country means that I'm doing something because the Western culture taught me to do that. We are a people of service. We follow a beloved Prophet Muhammad, may peace and blessings be upon him, who himself was a refugee. He taught us to welcome the stranger into our communities. When we think about issues even like climate justice, you hear a lot of our young people organizing around the climate and around the planet. Sisters and brothers, your beloved Prophet Muhammad, may peace and blessings be upon him, taught you that Allah blessed you with the earth and the oceans and the lakes and the trees and the plants to take care of the blessings that Allah has given you. And so when you hear our young people saying we need to protect the planet for future generations, that's not a concept that they learned from the education system here alone. This is in fact a deep principle of our beloved faith. When I think about racial justice, and a lot of people heard maybe 10 years ago, almost maybe 12 years ago now, in this country, there was this new hashtag and everybody started saying, Black Lives Matter, Black Lives Matter. I don't know about you, but I didn't need a hashtag on social media to teach me that Black Lives Matter. Because my faith is an anti-racist faith. It is a faith that is deeply rooted in racial justice. In fact, in the final sermon that our beloved Prophet Muhammad, may peace and blessings be upon him, gave, he said very clearly, no room for misinterpretation, that an Arab has no superiority over a non-Arab, and a non-Arab does not have any superiority over an Arab, or white over a black, and it goes on, and that we are in our faith to be judged by our piety and good deeds. Imagine if that was just a common principle that everybody in this country followed. Very simple, my friends. You know, I even think about concepts that we are taught in Islam that we don't even fulfill or follow here in the Muslim community. And you know me, I come to places always risking the chance of never getting invited back. I ask myself this question often, and particularly in relation to Gaza, and I say to myself, if somebody went to the people of Gaza and said, are you proud of your Muslim American communities in the United States of America? Do you think the people of Gaza would say, MashaAllah, those Muslims in America, amazing, incredible? I beg to differ that the people of Gaza would not say that. And I think that for me is a motivation for us to be even better than who we are right now. You know, when I think about even things like concepts of forgiveness, people always say that, you know, you go to the masjid and the imam's always telling you about how forgiveness is core. You gotta forgive, and in Ramadan, that's the time to forgive. We live in a country, sisters and brothers, that holds 1/4 of the world's prison population. 25% of prisoners in the world are in this country. And then people will come out of prison and we'll shun them away and we'll turn our backs on them. And we always say, Allah is the most forgiving. Allah is the most merciful. But we in our Muslim community are not merciful, or oftentimes most forgiving to those who have made mistakes in their lives. And so that's why I work in racial justice and criminal justice, because I believe that Allah has given you and me second and fifth and 10th and 100th and 1,000 chances, that we should offer that to our sisters and brothers and welcome those who are coming home from prisons in our community. I also believe, sisters and brothers, that, and you believe this too, this world is temporary. I don't know what you're working for, I don't know what you think is coming. This world is temporary. And that's why a lot of people always ask me, they say, Sister Linda, the people attack you, the death threats. I said, nobody got power over me. I said, when it's my time to go, that's because Allah decided it was my time to go. I'm willing to lose everything that I have, especially for the people of Gaza. Because the people of Gaza taught me that nothing in this life is worth it, my friends. There's nothing here that you can explain to me or sell to me that is worth it. The people of Gaza, you might think there's a test that's happening for them. You're probably at every qiyam and every dua in the masjid to say, oh, may Allah protect the Palestinian people. May Allah, unburden them and alleviate their harm. And I do that, I make that same dua too, just to be clear. But I hope that you don't actually think that the test is for them. Because those people, my friends, are martyrs. They're going to heaven. That's what we all want. We all want to go to heaven, my friends. The mothers that cry for their children, of course they cry because they are human, but they know that their children will be waiting for them at the gates of heaven. The test is not for the people of Gaza. The test is for you. This is your test. This is for you, my friends. All of the people around the world that Allah has blessed, the privilege that Allah has given us, He's asking you a question. What are you willing to do with the blessings that I have given you? And we have to have an answer for that. And I'm grateful that the founders and the leaders here at Sabith can say, we are teaching the life and legacy of our beloved Prophet Muhammad, may peace and blessings be upon him. We are serving seniors who are often the most forgotten people in our community. We are providing services to the most marginalized people in our community. We're gonna have to have something, my friends. We're gonna have to be able to face our Lord and say something. And for me, I want to be able to face my Lord and say, I have used every single blessing that you have given me. I have used my voice. I have used my hands. I have marched with my feet. I have used the finances that you have served me. I have used my children, right? Because remember, we also have things that Allah has blessed us like children, educating our children, making sure that they are good people that are also serving in their communities. And so I'm just here to say that I'm grateful to be here. And that I not only ask too that we make dua for our beloved Palestinian sisters and brothers and all those who are oppressed around the world, but I'm gonna make the dua that I make for myself for you. And I ask Allah to instill in you the iman of the people of Gaza. Because sisters and brothers, that is the type of iman that I strive for. The one that can get up and pray amidst the rubble. The type of iman that allows you to cry for your child or your wife who's been murdered, but you as a journalist still get up and pick up a mic and still finish your job. That's the kind of courage that I want. It's the kind of iman that I want. And it's the kind of Muslim American community that I want to be a part of. So I just want to say thank you, Bilal, for bringing me here to the Sabeel Center, and all my friends who are in this room. May Allah continue to bless this space, bless all who come to the space, the leaders who had the vision and executed this space, and may the young generation protect this space and continue it on for generations to come. Assalamu alaikum.
Takbir. Takbir.